What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We're going to continue on with this rolling SaaS revenue forecast. Sorry I missed the stream. Normally I try to go Mondays at 10 a.m. I had a little bit of I tried to work out Saturday, a light workout in my back. It was not a good idea. So I kind of had a little bit of a relapse, but not as bad as before. And so now I'm feeling a little bit better today. So we're going to try and continue this. I don't know how long I can go for, probably an hour. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, like the video, and check out all the templates at smarthelping.com. We've actually got a lot of SaaS specific templates as well. You'll see at the top of the site. So what we're doing here is trying to create a forecast where you're looking at existing customers that have some retention rate and they joined at some point in the past. You want to forecast their revenue from a given point in time. And then you also want to say, what's my future added customers and then their retention rate and what's their expected revenues. This gets very complicated if you're going to actually account for proper retention rates. So on the first stream last week, I showed all the logic for how to do this we did it for type 1. And we've got 4 different customer tiers that you can do it for at once, which can be separated by retention rate and monthly price. So just to review real quick, the way this works is you can put in your last 60 months worth of user acquisition. If you have more than that and you have customers from like 10 years ago that still are there, you're basically just going to have to put them all into the most recent month here and just estimate some average percentage that you think you'll lose each month. But if not, if it's 5 years or less, then you can just put in what your user acquisition was in the last 5 years by month. And then based on this retention rate that you put in here, it's going to show, we've got a big matrix going down here. It's going to show you the retention of those customers over time. So here's where they were added. And then here's the logic to show how much is remaining. And this will go forward. Depending on the retention rate, it can go into the future. So here we have some that were added here. And this is the monthly retention rate. So normally, it's probably higher. Let's say it's 98%. Now you can see some of the cohorts last longer and go into the forecast more. And you can see this over time. So that's the first part of it, and I really like that. I think that's the best way to do it. So you got historical user acquisition, and then you've got future. So this starts in the first month going forward, and you'll probably get this data from some other model that you have, but you just put in your future expected customers added. And their retention rates are going to be the same as the existing customers because it's the same tier and the same price. So you can see you've got revenue for existing customers in the future 60 months and revenue for new customers in the next 60 months. Add it together and that's your revenue forecast. It's a rolling forecast. So what that means is every month you can run this, or every couple months or whatever. All you have to update is, if you're going to a new month, you just copy the last 59 months, copy it, paste it one set of cells back, and then enter your most recent completed month's acquisition in there. Nothing else. And then for the future, you just update your future forecast based on the new next X amount of months. So you might move this, take the future 59 months, take the first 59 months, since you've already got that data in there and you don't want to change it, copy. Oh, what is this? Where's my, Excel looks like it had a little update. Copy and then paste it in 1 month, or one forward. Well, let's see, how do we update the future? Hold on. You would take, let's see, if we're moving 1 in the future, that means we now have an actual for what this was. Let's undo. So let's say here's my first forecast for the next 60 months. In November, now let's say we move to December. Okay, we're 1 month forward. So now what was here is going to be here. Right? So if let's say this was December, January, February, now we move a month forward. December goes into the past for an actual. Well, you probably have to rerun your program for however you're creating this, or what you would have to do is copy not the first month, but all the other ones. Paste values there, because you're moving forward 1 month, so you're getting closer and closer to this every time you move forward. So to do that, you scale it over, and then you add in a forecast for the last month. And this is why rolling forecast is not easy. Doing rolling forecasts. And I'm trying to make it easier by creating this template, but everyone has trouble doing these. And the main issue is doing a rolling. It's hard to figure out what your actual existing customers, what's the most accurate way to project how they're going to perform in the future, and also adding new customers with all congruent logic. So anyway, this is all, we got the logic figured out the best we can. So we did type 1. Now I'm going to do the same logic that you see here for all these other ones. So let's do it. Just going to make a copy of both of these. So now we've got existing 2, future 2. So this is type 2 cohort. We'll just put in the same data. You'll have to put in your own data if you're going to use this template once it's done. That's fine. Oh, it's actually already there, so we'll just leave that. And then all I gotta do is change references now. So that's fine. What's this referencing? Here we go. So validation is what needs updated. So there was tier 1. We'll do tier 2, 3, and 4. First month's always 100%. C6, and we'll just move this down to 7, 8, 9. C7, 8, and 9, 7, 8. Perfect. Make sure if I change this to 95. Okay, good. And then these are just automated formulas. We're going to have to do this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now, the other thing I wanted to do with this forecast is if you're to be able to do the same thing, but if you have customers on varying contract lengths, because that's going to create a much different dynamic if your customers are on 6-month contracts or 12 or whatever. It's different. And I don't think it'll be too, basically I'm going to have to redo the validation tab, but adjust. Actually, we might be able to use the same format and just make the month count based on the contract length. So every time it hits, if it's 1 month, it's just month to month, which is like it is now. then it works like this. If it's 6 months, then this retention applies. You're at 100% until that next one. Yeah, that's perfect. That's how we're going to do that. Let's do a quick sound check. I've done this before where my sound wasn't working. Let me get my phone. Hold on. Do we have sound? Live. Test.
Do we have sound?
Yep, perfect.
Live?
Okay. All right, let's get on here. So, tier 2 existing. I'll update validation. So we're now going. We want to do C instead of B. A stays the same. So pull C. A stays the same, and that's it. Always love when the logic flows and it's very easy to expand upon. Now these retention rates are lower, so yep, that's expected. There they are. And then for future added customers, well, first of all, make sure. So this is referencing that. That's good. Now this is going here, and then that's all dynamic logic, and then validation we go to C. That's it. Okay. Now let's do lock the number. We'll change this to existing to times this price. What? Oh, it's BI. Existing one BI. Is that the start of the? Make sure. Yeah. So 36. Yeah, it's 2 million, and then minus. Where are we? Existing to. Minus the loss there, so 17608, perfect. Just gotta do the sanity checks, make sure the formulas are not all weird. And you'll notice, obviously, your revenue from your existing customers, based on whatever your retention is, will slowly dwindle with churn, and then your future one, lock this. Hold on. Lock this. $262 so this is based on remaining customers, which is running off of this. Perfect. This times. Perfect. All right, easy. let's do, let's see, is that everything for, yeah, I guess so. All right, let's do the next one, copy. Trying to get good posture, that's supposed to help back issues. Future 2. Three. One, two, three. Keep the same numbers. So that's fine. That's fine. I'm actually excited to see how easily this transitions into doing a scenario where your contract lengths are varying by a variable input. So now we're going to D. Right, tier 3 is D. Now these aren't lasting very long at all because we said the monthly retention is very low, 75%. And that's another thing to do is change your variables so you can make sure you're getting the right math is going on. And the one thing with duplicating tabs, you want to make sure your formulas, there's no formulas that are referencing anything with the tab name in it, because then, well, I guess it's fine if you're duplicating, but if you copy and paste that, it's going to mess up. Just kind of a best practice I always do. Right. This is going to be 3. These will be done the quickest. Yep. Because with a 25% retention, you're losing 25, 50, 75, and then by the 4th month it's out. This template, probably you could use it, it'd probably be good for figuring out, like if you're trying to do the same cohort, but see what it looks like at various retention rates and everything else is the same, this is probably a great tool to do that as well. Alrighty. Last one. Four. And what are we just changing this to E? Let's put this retention rate back. Let's put it at like 99. Now they last the whole time almost. Okay, looks good. Do a quick sanity check. And then this is the total revenue forecast. We can also show, so these don't need to be bold, customer counts. Let me just double check this. So here we're going 12 times. Let's see where we're at in month 2 of the future. 29. Okay, good. And what about for existing? $109. Perfect. So we can also say expected customer count. Tier 1, I guess we'll do existing and then new. No border on that, but, and then we got to do probably total. We'll do forecasted customers. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, and then this will be total. The craziest thing about building templates is you have no idea if people are going to find this useful or not. You just never know. And that's kind of the fun of it, is you don't, it's like, this could be really good, this could be not good, and that feeling is kind of nice. All right, customer count. So tier 1 existing, we want this 7582, right? Because these are all number counts, not dollars. Because this times that is 30. Yep, perfect. So we pull that, and then let's lock 3, and we can do that for each of these. So we'll go 2. That's why it's also important to have consistent formatting, so it's easy to update or do these formulas here. Just double check that. Perfect. Okay, now let's get new customers. Make sure that matches. Whoa, why is that huge? 2, 3, 40, perfect. Two, 3, and 4. All right. Make sure, let's just do this times 58. $58,550 for tier 3. Tier 3, perfect. Okay. So there's our future revenue and future customers, and based on existing and new. And you could use this data. The data I have here, you could produce a thing that says starting monthly customers, customers added, customers lost, remaining. You could build that from here. All the data is here because it shows like basically the amount that goes down by each month is your churn. For each cohort. The reason why these are going up is because we're adding new customers every month. So you get that aggregate effect and it just increases. Now depending on how, and it all depends on the customers added per month forecasted. Or these are existing. But same concept, the same exact logic used for existing and future. All right. So we've got future revenues, customers, total. Now here's the fun part. We're going to add a variable in here. Where to put it? Put it right at the front. It's going to be called contract length. Here's where we get real cool. So let's say you want to count for what if your contract length is like 12 for this cohort. Let's say this is 6. Let's say this is 24. Let's say 9. It could be any number. Now we take that. Oh. And first of all, pray. Let's pray our formulas. I think they're fine because these were just direct references, so all the numbers look the same. D9876. Perfect. That's fine. All good. Let's make this look nicer too. So there's the rolling forecast. Rolling customer, rolling SaaS customer count and revenue forecast. Existing and new customers. 5 year. All right, contract length. So now I think let's see. So if the contract length for type 1 is 12, what that means is now this is not just plus 1, this is plus this variable, right? Because months 1 through 12, you have 100%, they all sign the contract. The next renewal is now month 13. And then that's the renewal. You're saying, okay, 98% retention. So now the retention rate, we got to change this. This is not monthly. This is retention rate per contract. Period. And dang it, I don't want to wrap this, but I guess we have to. Oh, it's okay. So that retention rate, you're now saying if it's 98%, saying after 12 months, you have 98%. Or if this was 6 months, you'd say after 6 months, you have 98%, whatever it is. And we've got errors here, so we'll figure out why in a second. 7. So we're renewal rate at 7, 13. Oh, shoot. We have to insert. Oh, man. So here's, I mean, this is still better than duplicating all this again, but tier 1. Because the retention rate is different for each one, this has to be different for each one. So now when I go do my index formula, I have to go A, E, BF, CG, whatever, you know. It's okay though. So 2, 3, 4. And now we're going 7, 8, and 9. Right, 9, 24, good, yep. And now we'll see what, so that's all the reference I need. All right, so existing, let's see, this doesn't need to change, this is fine. This is what's got to change. So we now are index E based on A, so that's the same. E based on A, E based on A. Oh, now what do we got? Index E. Okay. So can't be an exact match. That's fine. We should be okay. So we now why does it work for this though? Remaining probably doesn't. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. That's good. It shouldn't have. So index has to be not an exact match, so less than, I think, less than, let's try that. Well, it's either 1 or 2. Okay. 878, perfect. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, renewal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, renewal. That's dynamic. So this could be like an 8-month contract. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, renewal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, renewal. Perfect. We are rolling. Okay. Future. This is just, what did I put here? 1 or 0? Wait. Whoa, wait. A 1, okay. Look at that. Now for 2, we just got to adjust all our index. So we're now doing F based on B, tier 2 and B. So first change this to 1 and B, or F based on B, not A. So 1 and A goes to F. Or wait, A goes to B. 1, A goes to B. 1, A goes to B. 1 and A to B. Now here for 3, we're just going to C. So we do 1, A goes to C. Looks good. Last one. We're on D. Yeah, tier 4 is D. Man, this is an awesome template. This is definitely going to be one of my top templates for sure. Oh, look at these. I feel, in my opinion, now who knows, but I feel like this is simple enough, anyone can use it, and the usefulness is great for any SaaS business. It has to do rolling revenue forecast, which they all do have to do that, so. Alright, make sure I got all these. Starting in column B, yep. Good. Now, let's see. Big question, what if you have one contracts that are all month to month? Perfect. And that works just how I just had it. So now I don't have to duplicate all of these tabs twice and do like, okay, here's if it's month to month, here's if it's contract lengths can vary. Now, summary. Now it can actually be set it to 1 if you want, or if your contract lengths are different, set it to 12, whatever. 24, and then you just got to make sure the retention rate matches what you have for data for what your renewal or retention rates are in those contract types. So if in every 12 months you renew 70%, that's fine. And then if you go here to look at one, you can see every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Every 12 months you get a renewal, 70% of that, whoever joined in month 1, renew. Based on whatever your historicals are, or expected future in this case, or your historicals. Now you're doing an estimate. You're not, in your historicals, you're not putting in the actual customers. You're not manually inputting this. The historical retention. Because you got to forecast the entire cohort, so you got to say on average, what is the average retention rate for the contract period? And then that'll apply to everyone. I mean, I guess you could manually go in here and put in what your historicals has been and then estimate. But no, I mean, you're going to use that average for every single one of these and estimate what you think future expected revenues are from that cohort. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you can hard code all this, but the spots are there in any case. All right, let's just get these all to the top and to the left. I'm so excited. This is great. And then you can see how all changing those different variables has an effect on the forecasted revenue and customer accounts for all these. Now, what? All right, this is going very good. I'm pumped because now this is to the point where it can be duplicated, or not duplicated. It can be sold. So I'll probably have this listed by tomorrow to buy. We can do some visuals. Let's do some visuals. So we want to see, obviously, revenue. We can do total forecasted total revenue existing. And if you don't use, you only want to do like a 12-month forecast or a 24-month, you can just remove any columns that are not necessary. So we can do all kinds of stuff here. First, let's just do the main one. So here's my forecasted revenue from existing customers. And here's my forecasted revenue from newly added customers. Here's my monthly periods. I always love doing visuals. It's nice to see. Let's change this. It's nice to see the assumptions. Forecasted revenue by type. And actually, we could make this a stack because they are adding them together. It does make sense. So all my future activity is doing this. Now the existing customer line is always going down because it's showing just what you have now and what you have now, that's going to perform without anything new in the future. And the reason why these have to be separated from new customers is because you don't know let's say you had 500 customers join 24 months ago and with a 70% retention per contract period. Well, if you just look at the amount you have left right now of that cohort, you don't really know how much should be left based on how much has left in each renewal period from the start. You have to know the whole thing. So you can't just say, I think I'll have X new customers and then I'll have Y new customers from the existing base, and base that on just the current count. You have to know how much the cohort started at, or else it's just not going to be as accurate. Do we want to stack? Let me try to do a second one that stacks. I mean, I could just do both. Let's see. Do a stack column like that. There. Oh yeah, that looks fine. Stacked. And then that's your actual total revenue forecast right there, this line. So like period 44, you hit 25 million. Let's make sure that makes sense. What did I say? 44. Yep, 25 million. So that's just doing these two totals. We can also do just a plain total. Which is this. We just want to show one single number. And you see that matches the top of that. You just don't know. In this one, you don't know how much of it is from new, how much is it from existing. What else is cool? Okay, we could do... Another good one would be this. Actually, we just do the whole, just reference this whole thing here. So now we got total revenue by type. Whoa. Why is, oh, because these are so much. Let's put this down like $23. This is by type, existing versus new. This is, and this one is by tier. So that's saying the total new and existing revenue of tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. I don't like this color. Do it darker. Oh wait, where's tier 1? That's too close, so let's do... That works. Oh, this kind of hurts my eyes, actually. Hold on. That's a little better. All right, forecast revenue by type, forecast revenue total, forecast revenue by type, existing versus new, forecasted revenue existing versus new. Now we can also do the same exact thing with customer counts, kind of. But I'm getting tired and sore, so I'll probably stop. We'll probably have some more charts, and I'll do an overview video that shows everything in the sheet, like I do with everything tomorrow. But really happy this went well, and this is going to be great. Now the only thing, I guess, for each tier, you're going to have to go into the future and existing and input that data for expected new customers and when your existing customers joined. It's just in each tab you're going to have to do that. But trust me, if that's a very easy input compared to trying to do all this other stuff the right way. So I think that's a great trade-off that works fine. Why is there a thing on this? Okay, good. So this reminded me these aren't uniform. So existing customers 1, BI3, 2 BI3, 1. So this has got to be 3. It doesn't affect any calculation, but you want the right number here. And 4. That's fine. This is fine. That's just that. Make sure we do that for all these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. All right. I will see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out all the